Macbeth, a brave and loyal general, encounters three mysterious witches on a heath.
Thane of Glamis, Thane of Cawdor, and King Hereafter?
Macbeth, already Thane of Glamis, is taken aback. Shortly after, the second prophecy comes true when the king names him Thane of Cawdor. The seed of ambition is planted. He starts to believe he is destined for the throne.
This is our chance, Macbeth. You must take what is rightfully yours.
Lady Macbeth, ambitious and ruthless, seizes upon the prophecy. She fuels her husband's desire for power, urging him to take what she believes is rightfully his. The witch's words echo in Macbeth's mind. He grapples with his conscience. He knows that killing King Duncan, a kind and just ruler, is a terrible act. But the allure of the crown, the promise of ultimate power, proves too strong to resist. The witches, agents of chaos, have set in motion a chain of events that will lead to bloodshed and madness. Their prophecy is a double-edged sword, promising greatness but foreshadowing destruction. Driven by his ambition and spurred on by Lady Macbeth, Macbeth commits a horrific act.
I have done the deed. Didst thou not hear a noise?
He murders King Duncan in his sleep, violating the laws of hospitality and kinship. The deed is done, but the consequences are immediate and devastating. Macbeth is haunted by guilt and paranoia.
Will all great Neptune's ocean wash this blood clean from my hand?
He sees blood on his hands, a stain he cannot wash away. His mind, once sharp and clear, becomes clouded with fear and suspicion.
A little water clears us of this deed.
Lady Macbeth, initially cold and calculating, also begins to unravel. She tries to suppress her guilt, but it manifests in other ways through nightmares and obsessive hand-washing. The throne, once an object of desire, now feels like a poisoned chalice. They have attained the power they craved, but at a terrible cost, their peace of mind and their very souls. Macbeth, now king, is tormented by insecurity. He sees enemies everywhere, both real and imagined. His paranoia leads him to commit more atrocities.
Banquo, thy soul's flight, if it find heaven, must find it out tonight.
He orders the murder of his friend, Banquo, fearing Banquo's sons will usurp him. During a grand banquet, the ghost of Banquo appears to Macbeth, a chilling reminder of his crimes.
Avaunt, and quit my sight, let the earth hide thee.
Macbeth's sanity crumbles further as he rants and raves in front of his horrified guests. The banquet, meant to be a celebration of his reign, descends into chaos.
Sit, worthy friends. My lord is often thus, and hath been from his youth.
Lady Macbeth desperately tries to cover for her husband, but their carefully constructed facade is crumbling. The court is left in shock and fear, sensing the instability of their new king. The atmosphere is thick with suspicion and dread. Macbeth's bloody reign has begun, marked by fear, violence, and the ever-present spectre of guilt. Lady Macbeth, once the architect of their bloody scheme, breaks under the weight of guilt. She sleepwalks, desperately trying to wash imaginary blood from her hands.
Out, damned spot, out, I say.
Her once sharp mind deteriorates. She is haunted by visions of Duncan's murder, consumed by the very darkness she helped unleash. Her strength, which once propelled Macbeth, crumbles into madness.
Here's the smell of the blood still. All the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand.
The woman who urged her husband to look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it, is now consumed by the serpent's venom. Her descent into madness is a chilling reminder of the devastating power of guilt and the terrible price of unchecked ambition. Even in her madness, there are glimpses of her former self, fragments of regret and despair. She becomes a tragic figure, a warning against the seductive lure of power and the devastating consequences of unchecked desire. Section 5, False Hope, the Witch's Deceptive Prophecy. Seeking reassurance, Macbeth returns to the witches.
What dark truths do you hold for me now? Speak, I must know my fate.
Beware, Macbeth, beware the Thane of Fife. None of woman born shall harm Macbeth. Macbeth shall never vanquished be until great Birnam Wood to high Dunsinane Hill shall come against him.
They conjure apparitions, an armed head, a bloody child, and a crowned child holding a tree. The prophecies appear to guarantee Macbeth's safety, but they are riddled with double meanings and hidden threats.
Ha! None of woman born shall harm me? Then I am safe. And until the forest moves, impossible!
Macbeth, desperate for any glimmer of hope, clings to their words, misinterpreting their true meaning. He believes himself invincible, blinded by the witch's deceptive promises.
I'm invincible. No man born of woman can defeat me.
He fails to grasp the underlying warnings, fueling his false sense of security. This second encounter with the witches marks a turning point in the play. Macbeth, once a man of reason, is now a puppet dancing to the tune of fate, manipulated by forces beyond his control. Section 6. The Price of Tyranny, Scotland Rebels. Macbeth's reign of terror plunges Scotland into chaos. His cruelty and paranoia alienate his allies and ignite a rebellion.
This tyranny cannot stand. We must act for the sake of Scotland.
Macduff, a noble thane who suspects Macbeth's role in Duncan's murder, flees Scotland to join forces with Duncan's son Malcolm. They gather an army to overthrow the tyrant and restore order to their ravaged land.
Malcolm, we shall fight for our homeland, for justice, and for the memory of your father.
Word reaches Macbeth of the approaching army. He remains defiant, bolstered by the witch's prophecies.
Let them come. None of woman born shall harm me. I'm untouchable.
But doubt creeps into his heart. He has become a shell of his former self, a tyrant hated by his people and haunted by his crimes. The rebellion against him is not merely a political uprising, it is a moral reckoning. The final battle takes place at Dunsinane Castle, Macbeth's stronghold. Despite his dwindling forces, Macbeth believes he is safe. The witches had told him, be bloody, bold and resolute. Laugh to scorn, the power of man, for none of woman born shall harm Macbeth. But fate, it seems, has other plans.
Turn, hellhound, turn! I was from my mother's womb untimely ripped.
Macbeth's last shred of hope evaporates. He realizes the witch's prophecy has been fulfilled, but not in the way he anticipated. He fights bravely, but is ultimately slain by Macduff. The tyrant falls, his reign of terror brought to an end. With Macbeth's death, Scotland can begin to heal. Malcolm, the rightful heir, is crowned king.
Hail, King of Scotland!
Malcolm vows to restore justice and peace to the ravaged nation. Macbeth's name becomes synonymous with tyranny and ambition. His story serves as a cautionary tale, a stark reminder of the corrupting influence of power and the dangers of unchecked desire. Though he achieved the throne, his victory was fleeting and hollow. He died a broken man, alienated from his wife, his friends, his people, and ultimately himself. Macbeth's tragedy lies not only in his downfall, but in the choices that led him there. He chose ambition over loyalty, power over virtue. He allowed himself to be consumed by darkness, sacrificing his honor and sanity in pursuit of a hollow crown. His story is a timeless testament to the enduring power of Shakespeare's words and the enduring relevance of the themes he explored. Macbeth grapples with universal themes that continue to resonate with audiences today. The play explores the intoxicating allure of power and its potential to corrupt even the most noble heart. It questions the nature of fate and free will, asking whether we are masters of our own destinies or pawns in a larger game. Macbeth's choices, driven by ambition and influenced by the witch's prophecies, raise questions about our own capacity for both good and evil. The play examines the complexities of human nature, revealing the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface and the devastating consequences of unchecked desire. Through the characters of Macbeth and Lady Macbeth, we witness the destructive power of guilt and paranoia. We see how our actions have ripple effects, impacting not only ourselves, but those around us. Macbeth remains one of Shakespeare's most enduring and frequently performed plays. Its themes of ambition, fate, guilt and redemption continue to resonate with audiences centuries after it was written. The play's exploration of the human condition, the struggle between good and evil, and the corrupting influence of power transcends time and place. Macbeth stands as a chilling reminder of the fragility of morality and the potential for darkness that resides within us all. Its vivid language, complex characters and exploration of timeless themes ensure its continued relevance in the 21st century. Whether we see ourselves in Macbeth's ambition, Lady Macbeth's cunning or Macduff's unwavering sense of justice, The play holds up a mirror to our own humanity, forcing us to confront the shadows within ourselves.